Welcome back to the Breaker Bros, and this is our instant reaction to another meltdown in the jungle. The 47-42 loss.
Meltdown? Okay. It's very melty.
Well, I don't know. In reality, they probably should have had no business coming back the way they did. But
Yeah.
at the end of the game, where they scored their last touchdown and they go up by 1 point. I think there's like 54 seconds left. I was thinking it's probably too much time left on the clock with the way the defense is going. Really, because at that point the defense was cooked. You could tell they were tired. They couldn't stop anything really. And
how could you tell they were tired because they couldn't stop anything?
Well,
like they couldn't stop anything the whole game.
Well, no, if you could just go back to the beginning of the game, they stopped the Bears, on that fourth down, but then I don't know. I guess Knight got that penalty. It was like 3rd and 5 or something like that. And
yeah, can that guy even play? He looks bad out there.
Yeah, it's obviously something to do with coaching. They pretty much cleared out their defensive staff over the offseason. They replaced the defensive lineman coach, the linebacker coach. I think they kept the DB coach, which is somewhat understandable. And then they brought in a new defensive coordinator. But I guess you could think if it was one of those games where, if Hendrickson's playing, I think they probably win that game in this situation because he knows how to get home. I would say this game, compared to the last couple of weeks, there was a little bit more pressure on the quarterback, but they couldn't keep him in the pocket. They weren't really keeping contain, and it just seemed like any type of pressure they would get, he would just Williams would just outrun it essentially, or break outside of the pocket. So the pressure looked a little bit better.
Yeah,
I do think they got a few sacks, but
yeah, it seemed like he did the best when they were. He seemed like he played the best when there was pressure. So,
but yeah, like in that first half, or really the first quarter, like I said, they should have had that stop. They got that penalty, and it allowed them to continue the drive because pretty much like their first 3 or 4 drives, they had 10 or more plays, and they had scoring drives. And then on their second drive, they should have ended with a missed field goal, but we lined off offsides, continued the drive, and they score, I think, a touchdown on that drive. So it's like, it's just the inability to get off the field. And, I think that carries over.
That's one of the problems. That's one, right? Getting off the field would help, but I don't think that's it. Like that the way that the Bears scored on the last play.
Well, they were cooked at that point. They were tired.
Yeah, it's still embarrassing, man.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hindsight's 2020, but I don't understand why they didn't drop the linebackers a little bit further. It's like, give them the 10 or 15 or even 20 yards.
Supposed to. They just are. They don't know how to play because they didn't earn their jobs. They were just given the jobs. That's my opinion. I kind of just threw it in there, but I feel like those guys didn't earn it. They're just out there because they drafted them high.
I'm not going to complain about that because I feel like that was one of the complaints. I don't know. Bengals fans are kind of fickle, I think, because it's like, oh, we need to play our rookies, and then when we play our rookies, this is what happens, and then it's like, well, we shouldn't play our rookies. It's a learning experience. Like, this is the only way for them to get better is to kind of go through the stuff. But
yeah, but I am not fickle. I am pointing out a clear fact that those guys don't know what they're doing. They consistently give up huge play. The problem is that not only do they don't do the correct thing, but then they also don't make a big play. Like it's not like they're like running around making splash plays and then like every once in a while they give up a big play. They're just not doing anything. It's that had to be one of the worst defensives. That has to be one of the worst NFL defenses of all time out there. What the Bengals are putting out there now. Is there anybody worse? Has there ever been a defense worse than what the Bengals are doing right now?
Probably not, because if you look, ever since Joe Flacco has started, the Bengals are scoring. I'm pretty sure it's like an average of like 35 points now.
Yeah.
While he's playing. So it's not the offense. The offense looks elite. Like, they make any defense look, not that great, and they score at ease. And maybe part of the
The
problem too.
The only offense that's consistently better than the Bengals offense right now is the offense that plays against the Bengals defense, which has been the problem for 2 years in a row right now. And I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't see how Zach keeps his job after this, because it all boils down to him. I mean, he's the one that's making all the decisions as far as like the coaching, because it clearly comes down to coaching.
Yeah.
To be this bad, like,
well, it's not just coaching. It's not just coaching. I mean, you can make an argument that Duke Tobin is at fault, because where are the elite players on defense? They've been spending second and third and fourth round picks on guys. How come nobody's good?
Well, they just don't know how to develop people. I mean, goes back to coaching.
Like, well, there's development, but there's also picking guys. I mean, sometimes guys are just good.
I don't know. I'm not. It's coaching. That's the only consistent, right? Like,
but Zach Taylor doesn't coach the defense.
Yeah, but he picks the people that coaches them. So we need to find someone that's a better talent evaluator
who's coaching the defense.
Huh?
Or does Duke Tobin pick the person who's coaching the defense?
No, I'm pretty sure that's the head coach's decision, who brings in as the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. I don't think that's a general manager decision. Now, yeah, if you talk more about picks, then yeah, that would probably fall more on Duke Tobin, but it's a developmental issue. It's just like, I don't know. I find it annoying, especially on Twitter, where you have your online gurus and they're like, oh, they should have picked this person, and but it's like, come on, dude.
No, I agree 100% with those people that the Bengals screwed up the draft. I've been saying it for a while. Like I don't
think it's that.
I was absolutely shocked that they picked a linebacker in the second round when they could have gotten the best guard on the board. I still don't understand that. Especially given the amount of money.
I think it's a bad argument, because guard is not the issue. They drafted 2 quality starter guards. So that's not the problem. It's development on the defensive end.
That they drafted good guards. But the point being that they've spent a lot. They have a lot of salary cap tied up at linebacker, and then they're using draft picks at linebacker. It doesn't make any sense.
It does.
Like, why is so much being invested in linebacker and everybody and they're not good?
I don't think it's that much better if you put Logan Wilson out there. He lost a step.
I think it is.
I don't think so. He was getting back as well when he was in earlier.
Step, but he's not going to. With Logan Wilson and Jermaine Pratt, look at the stats from today. Just let's see here. Look at the Bears' average yards per carry.
Yeah, the run defense was a big problem for sure.
11, 7, 17, and 7. I mean, they had a guy with 26 carries that averaged almost 7 yards a carry. I mean,
that's horrible.
Have they ever been that bad? I mean, even when they had Larry Guy out there and they had no defensive linemen, it's just like, I mean, was it the linebackers? I don't know, because these guys are worse.
I'm going to go back to coaching. It's clearly a coaching issue. I don't think it's rocket science in terms of picking players in the draft as much as it used to be, with all the technology and all the information and all that stuff that they have now. It comes to developing and making sure people are progressing. And if anything that they're doing better this year, they're actually playing their younger people to where they can develop quicker. But I think part of the problem is they're forced into a situation. Well, they have to play too many young people at this point, and I think they don't. They
made the choice to play young people.
Who are these people that you think that we replaced that were good? I just don't understand. Everyone wanted Pratt out. There's a pretty good amount of people that wanted Wilson out.
I think that their best starting linebacker combination at the beginning of the season was Burks and Logan Wilson, and they benched Logan Wilson.
I mean, yeah, maybe you could play Burks a little bit more, but I don't know. I can respect with going with the people that you picked. I just don't think they know how to coach. I think it all falls on Zach Taylor. I mean, he's the one that's picking these
He
people.
doesn't coach linebackers. How could it be Zach
He
Taylor's
is
fault that
picking the
linebackers
people that are
can't play?
coaching him. He is responsible for it. He is neglecting the defense.
Because he's an offensive coach.
Right. And we need someone that is a little bit more considerate on the defensive side, that maybe has a little bit more knowledge on the defensive side, that can, put people in the right place.
Okay. So I guess we're reacting to the game, and so far the reaction is that they need to fire
This is
Zach
part of the
Taylor.
game. Yeah, I mean,
That's your takeaway?
yeah. I mean, you can't, he'd be
I
fine
don't
as
think it
offensive
makes it
coordinator,
better.
but
I don't think it makes it better.
makes what better?
The team. I don't think getting rid of Zach Taylor makes the team better.
I do. If you can bring in someone like a John Gruden, you can't tell me that
I don't
wouldn't be
think he will.
Huh?
I do not think the Bengals will bring in John Gruden or someone like John Gruden.
I think they would.
There's a reason why the Bengals like guys who've never coached before. Like their ownership group likes guys that are cheap and that they can control. And they do not like guys with experience to tell them what to do. I mean, when was the last time the Bengals hired an experienced head coach? Never, right?
Well, there's a first for everything.
I'm just saying. I mean, so
it's the Joe Burrow effect. I wouldn't. They're gonna keep him happy. They'll bring in someone new, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's someone like John Gruden.
Do you think Burrow wants Taylor gone?
Yeah, we'll get to that point for sure if they don't make the playoffs, which is very likely at this point. I mean, they almost have to win out to.
It's just like the offense played like so good today.
The offense has been fine. The offense looks elite.
They got like Joe Flacco running around, like barely able to move side to side, right? And like just scoring touchdowns. Like T. Higgins played like a freaking maniac today.
Yeah, T had 2 awesome touchdown catches.
He had like every catch he had. It was just like, holy crap, how did he catch that?
Yeah.
Like that one he caught on the sideline above his head and he got like 2 hands shoved in the face and he fell down and held on to the ball. It's amazing. They just, I mean, first off, shout out to Yoshivas for keeping the drop streak alive. But even Yoshivas had a great game, right? I mean, aside from like the mistake in the end zone, that was bad. But I mean, he played better than I think he's ever played before.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the way I look at it, because if you look at the pieces on offense, they're pretty much set for the next 2 or 3 years. So
yeah, but it's just like, how can they be this bad on defense?
Coaching.
No. I'm just saying, yeah, but still, like, just numbers wise, how can you be this bad? It's obnoxious how bad they are.
They just need to blitz more. They need to get over themselves and they need to blitz more.
This way. Like, even if this was like the plot from like Major League, where like the defensive coordinator was secretly trying to have a bad defense so that they would lose, I don't know that you can make the defense any worse than this. Like, I just don't understand how they could be so terrible. They can't do anything well. They can't rush the quarterback. They can't stop the pass. And they're the worst against the run.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely the Achilles heel throughout the game, but they still should have won it. It's
that's what's amazing. They still should have won. How do you do that?
Yeah, I mean, and to get that onside kick, that was incredible. Like everything.
Well, like they showed the graphic during the game, like the last time that the Bengals got an onside kick was against the Dolphins, which was like the game that I was like, how is Andy Dalton going to screw us out of Joe Burrow? Or I don't even know if it was Joe Burrow at the time. It might have been Tua.
It was, yeah.
It might have been like early enough in the season where we're like, we're going to get Tua, right?
No, I think at that point in the season, everyone knew Joe Burrow was going to be the number 1 pick.
Yeah, I couldn't remember, but I'm just like, okay, this feels exactly like that. Like somehow we're going to figure out how to lose so that we can maintain our draft pick. So maybe I don't know. I don't know what you do. What do you do? Like what happens next? What could possibly what
They're
could
not
the
going to
team
do it, but you got to
possibly
fire
do?
Al Golden. I mean, that would kind of send a shockwave and maybe reinforce accountability in the back of players' minds. But I mean, it's really coaching. Like I can't stress that enough. Like Zach doesn't know how to pick people that know how to develop people or put them in the right position to at least look decent. You can't. I feel like it's almost impossible to miss on as many picks as what people think. I just think
Oh,
it's a coaching issue.
I figured it out. I got the answer. We're gonna go with your plan to fire Zach Taylor, and then they hire Marcus Freeman.
Marcus Freeman,
Yeah,
who's that?
Notre Dame's head coach.
Oh,
He's awesome at defense,
I mean,
and he would be a first time head coach. So they get him a little bit on the cheap. Although I don't think you can get him cheap. I mean, I think like college coaches now make like Marcus Freeman's probably going to make like 12, 13, 14 million next year. So, but that would help. Or you know who else I like? I like Utah's head coach.
can
Kyle
we
Willingham.
trade Trey Hendrickson for a defensive coordinator? Would that make sense? Like a good defensive coordinator? Is that
Yeah,
like?
I mean, do you start just trading away dudes? Like the season's over.
Yeah, it's almost over. It's
Like do you
getting
trade
pretty close.
Hendrickson, right? Like do you pick up the phone? I mean, like now's the time to get to finesse a first round pick out of the Colts, right? Because they just lost. I hear that they're hot for Trey Hendrickson. Do you try to get a couple first round picks out of them for him? I don't know that he's worth that at this point of the season, but
Well, that and I'm not sure. Like with him being injured, if that hurts his value a little bit.
it
But
absolutely hurts his value that he's hurt.
well, then I don't know if a trade is going to make sense. I think you kind of because the only way, or I guess the best way for them to make the playoffs at this point is they're practically gonna have to run the table for the most part, but they definitely have to go undefeated in the division. And I don't know, it still could be one of those years where you could
It's
potentially
just
win the
not
division.
possible. It's just
Yeah, it
I
is.
mean,
It's mathematically
over.
possible. If you just look at the Ravens and Steelers' remaining schedules, they still have tough schedules. So it's not.
Okay. Okay, let's revise your math. Okay.
They're not mathematically like
Probabilistically it's over.
okay.
I'm not saying record wise it's over. I'm just saying what is the probability that you can win? How many games are left? 10?
No, I think there's 8,
8.
7. Yeah, I think
Okay. How likely is it that you can win 8 games in a row with a historically bad defense? It's just not possible.
yeah, if everything continues the same, then
Well,
sure.
we kind of know what the defense is, so somebody needs to fix that if they're going to win 8 games.
Yeah, I mean that's why I kind of go back. Like,
I mean, like, but
the
like,
time
how
to
do
fire
you,
Golden.
what can be done to fix the defense?
I think the first thing you do is fire Al Golden, and then send a shockwave. They have a bye. This would be the time to do it if you're going to do something like that.
Yeah, I just don't think it fixes it.
It can't be any worse.
Well, I mean, it would be hard to be worse, it seems. I mean, I don't know.
Because in a way, you kind of have to make people uncomfortable a little bit. Maybe they are too comfortable with the way things are going, and that's why you're not seeing improvements. But then once you make a significant change, it kind of reinforces accountability, and maybe it might spark something. But it's just it's just too many mental mistakes, and like every game seems pretty common where it's like they start out where it's very like, okay, maybe they might get something here, maybe they might actually stop them, and when they do, they get a penalty or something like that, and they stay on the field, and they have these long drives, and by the time they get to the second half, they're already gassed. And then maybe on the flip side too, maybe the Bengals, they were scoring too fast. Like that's another thing. It's like, because I want to say like in the first half, the score was close, or actually the Bengals were up 17 to or 20 to 17 at the half.
Yeah.
But the time of possession was like way off. I think they had like 8 or 10
It was like,
minutes.
yeah, it was like, I think it was like 2-to-1 ratio, like 20
Yeah, I
minutes.
mean, I know in the third quarter they were saying like they had ran already 60 plays or something like that on offense.
Yeah.
And, the Bengals had like a third of that, but the score was
Right.
still like close.
Hmm.
So it's just like, it was, yeah, like in the fourth, I just, the defense wasn't there. They were just too gassed. But then even on that, final couple of drives, they were having like consistent pressure. They were getting Williams off his spot, but they weren't keeping him in the pocket. They don't know how to collapse it and just keep him in there. It would be like he would know how to manipulate him.
I mean, the one other thing about this game is Caleb Williams does not look like a pro quarterback.
No, he didn't look that good to me. I was getting to the point
where he does not see the field at all. Like the worst thing that you can do is pressure him, because he's like elite at like throwing on the run, and and he's fast, and like, he's pretty accurate throwing on the run,
big,
but like
yeah.
his accuracy in the pocket was terrible.
Yeah, his accuracy was a bit off. I was just thinking like, man, he's eventually gonna throw a pick, because like some of the easy passes, like he missed a few throws, he missed a few touchdowns, or at least one touchdown I can remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I kind of noticed that too. Like he didn't look like you would think he would be a little bit better than what he is right now, being a number 1 overall pick, and this being his second year starting.
Yeah.
Like you got to make some of those throws, and
I just feel like they need to. Okay, so they're not gonna. I'm gonna call it here. They're not gonna fire Al Golden, right?
Probably not, but you never know.
With the bye, I think they need to like do something different with the defensive line. Like
they got to blitz. I don't know. They just got to get over it. They got to blitz more. That's where I'm so confused, is that Al Golden is known for like his blitzes, especially in college. And they're not really doing that. They like blitz.
Yeah, but was that Al Golden or was that Marcus Freeman? I'm just saying Marcus Freeman should be getting like royalties from like all these coaches that he's propped up. Like Al Golden should be sending Marcus Freeman half his paycheck. Like Luke Fickell should be sending Marcus Freeman half his paycheck. Well, for the rest of the year. I mean, like it's like there's one guy that's like been a defensive coordinator. I mean, like Brian Kelly, he should give half his buyout to Marcus Freeman. I mean, it's just like maybe Al Golden doesn't blitz. Maybe that's just a Marcus Freeman thing. Because like that's how the Bearcats were. Like when Marcus Freeman was there, they were blitzing all the time, and they were like just an aggressive, angry defense that like they made mistakes, but they were making mistakes like just blitzing. So like they might give up a play, but then they blow something up. And then like he left, and they became like this passive shell of a defense that never blitzed. So I don't know.
And that's something I was kind of considering, is maybe it makes more sense that you bring in a defensive minded head coach coming in next year if things continue to go south, because I think the offense is set. I mean, you got Joe Burrow, you have all the weapons in the world. Like they're going to be fine on that side. You just need an average or slightly above average defense. And
yeah, I don't know. I mean, this was supposed to work. I don't understand it.
Well, I mean,
like I mean, honestly, I don't think that Al Golden's that bad of a coach. Like I don't think he's this bad. I mean, I would expect mediocrity, but not like absolutely like being elite level of terrible. It's just like, again, like I don't know how anybody could do this bad. It's just so bad.
Well, I think a lot of it kind of falls on him. I mean, he clearly picked his guys.
Yeah, he picked his guys. I mean, they got the guys he wanted, and they can't play. But at the same time, it's not like these defensive linemen that were picked under Anarumo can play either, you know?
Well, the problem is that they wouldn't play him until this year. They're actually playing more.
But, okay, they're playing this year. They're not very good.
Well, if you're looking at like Murphy, I mean, he's kind of like 2 years behind because he barely got any playing time his first couple of years, and now he's playing more.
But still, he's not even good for a rookie.
Yeah,
I mean,
to
like
me,
other
coaching,
teams just start rookies and they're good, you know?
like who?
Like every team plays first round picks
Well,
and
give
they
me a
usually
real
do pretty decent.
like who?
I throw out Aiden Hutchinson. That's not fair, but I'm just saying,
You mean with the team that has a defensive minded coach?
well, I mean, what about
The problem is they backed themselves in a corner where they had to play all these young people.
I don't think that they have a defensive
Yes.
minded coach.
Dan Campbell was a
Tight end, I thought.
He wasn't a
tight
linebacker.
end.
Actually, you're right. I think he was a linebacker or tight end. I think you're right. Yeah.
I mean, he's a badass, but like, I mean, I would. I'm not knocking him as a coach. I think he's awesome. Wish we had him. But I mean, I just don't understand how they could miss on so many players. Like,
I see. I think that's where we are going to fundamentally disagree. Is that I think it's really hard to miss this much. So I think it's coaching and the lack of development, and maybe having plans for some of these guys. And again, they're in a situation where they kind of have to play a lot of these younger people.
Yeah, but I mean, they're playing, so they should get better. No.
Well, it's tough when everyone has to get better at the same time. You know. So. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I think there's something to that. I mean, it's hard to do your job when everybody else is not doing it. But I'm just saying that, like,
and to be fair, I think they win this game if Hendrickson plays. Like if we had a healthy Hendrickson, we win.
Yeah,
this
but that's the same point, right? It's just you're saying that if we didn't have to play one of these guys that were drafted high, that we would have won. That's my point. It's just like, you know, first round picks or second round picks, they're supposed to be average, right? Like your floor should be average player, right? Like you call a guy a bust because he's not elite, not because he's like, is this guy even an NFL player? You know, I mean, they got guys that were supposed to be good, right? Like Miles Murphy, Shamar Stewart, McKinley Jackson isn't even active.
he was active, but I don't think he really played that much or at all, really.
And then,
which is crazy to me because
Chris Jenkins Jr. I mean, these are all like top 3 picks on the defensive line.
Here's the thing about Jenkins is that he was supposed to be a really good run defender. Like that was one of the reasons why we drafted him, was that he's supposed to be like, that was what his thing was in the college, was that he was a really good run stopper. But it's hard for me to believe that any NFL team can miss on this many picks. That's the perception. And to me, the only
Well, I mean, teams are good at doing certain things, right? I mean, the Bengals are really good at drafting skill players and quarterbacks. They
running backs, yeah.
not good at drafting offensive and defensive linemen.
Well, the offensive line is really not the problem, though.
Is it? I mean, they're decent. They're not good.
I was looking at the trend, like the last 3 or 4 games, the Bengals have the top 5.
I mean, if you want to nitpick, you could blame Orlando Brown for the loss as well.
I think he had.
I've never seen a defensive end going through an offensive tackle. Like it was almost like he picked up momentum going through Orlando Brown on that play. And we'll take away points for the Bengals, give points to the other team, right? I mean,
you could say that, but it's hard to blame the offense when they score 42 points.
I'm not blaming the offense in particular. I'm just saying that I wouldn't consider
or anyone on the offense
very good. There's like no good players on the offensive line.
I feel like in the NFL, man, if you for sure score in the 30s, like you should win that game. Like that's.
I think the Bengals number is 50. They need to score 50 to guarantee a win.
And they might just do that. Like that's like their offense, especially with Joe Flacco, like because he really good at reading the defenses, getting the ball out quick. Like he looks fine. He's like the right player that you need to have in there.
Yeah, but they need to do something weird scheme wise, I think.
Yeah, on the defense.
They either need to go to like something funky, like a 3-3-5 or do something like play 5 defensive linemen. They need to pick the thing that they're bad at. You know, it's like, okay, you're bad at defending the pass and you're bad at defending the run. You got to be okay at one of the two.
That's why I just feel like they need to blitz more, because it's like, you're either going to get home or you're probably going to give a big chunk play or something like that with a blitz. And I feel like that's much better than what they're doing right now, because again, they wear themselves out in the first half because they continue to give up these long ass drives, and it's just like, make them guess. Like if you allow them, I mean, clearly whatever defense that they're running, the offense.
But I mean, a lot of it is missed tackles. I mean, they're
that in the run defense
team
been bad the last 3 or 4 weeks.
But I mean, they're in the right spot sometimes, and they just don't tackle the guy. And the pursuit just seemed bad. Like there was like that. There was one play where I can't remember his name. 23.
Max Hill.
Yay, TJ, who's your mama?
Max Hill like stood up a guy and was holding him, and like nobody came on defense to clean it up for like 2 or 3 seconds. I was like, this guy's gonna wiggle out of here and run away.
That's another thing. I'm getting tired of them trying to strip the ball. Like, just tackle.
Just tackle the guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Like this has been consistent since like the last 2 seasons. I feel like is that they'll try to go for that forced fumble and they'll give up another 5 or 10 yards because they're like not really trying to tackle the guy. They're trying to get the ball loose. I'm like, focus on the tackle first. Like until you can prove you can tackle consistently, then go for the fumble or the punch out or whatever. Like I don't mind that they want to go for the turnovers, but just focus on the basics first, which is tackling. Get them down. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's just a lot of youth and inexperience on the defense, but they're just not good at anything.
No, not on defense. That's for sure.
I don't know what you do, right? Like maybe you put in
the only thing they can do at this point is blitz.
Well, they can move people around, right?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, they got to be creative. They got to think of something. But I think
exactly they got to do weird stuff. They got to innovate. They got to do something weird because playing straight up, they're getting bullied. I mean, 7 yards of carry.
Yeah, no, I mean that.
And it wasn't like, I mean, like what is Derrick Henry going to do to this team? If Kyle Monangai averaged 7 yards of carry,
yeah.
I mean, what is Derrick Henry going to do?
I don't know. We'll have to see. There's still time before they play the Ravens. I mean, I think they don't play the Ravens until like another 5 weeks. So hopefully they can figure out a solution. Maybe that's what they can do is maybe trade for a defensive tackle, someone else that can help plug up the holes or something.
I mean, is that the problem?
I would say maybe the run defense is probably the Achilles heel that kind of.
I mean, like, is it the defensive line isn't setting up the linebackers, or is it that the linebackers aren't going to the right spot and aren't there on time?
Oh, actually, there was a play that they highlighted where they it was like their third string running back that had that 15-yard touchdown run.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever reason they slant it to the weak side,
mm-hmm.
and they should have slanted to the strong side where they had the 5 blockers. And again, like that's a coaching decision. Why the hell did he have him slant to the opposite side where there's least amount of blockers? Like
because they weren't expecting it.
And then that's coaching, right?
Yeah.
100% coaching.
Yeah.
I think if they really want to send a message, they fire Al Golden, and then they have 2 weeks to kind of piece things together.
I'm trying to like what's more unrealistic, them trading for a player that'll fix it, or them firing Al Golden. Like both of those things are things that the Bengals won't do.
They don't, but I don't know how you can't at this point. I mean, let me look at their schedule real quick, because it's like, how many points have they given up the last 3 or 4 weeks? It's like insane.
It's pretty amazing.
Because at the beginning of the year, it wasn't this bad, but then it was like the offense couldn't figure things out. But now we're past that magical 4th or 5th week, and then we're back to elite offense where
Yeah.
like teams are probably they gave up 37 points to the Lions, 27 points to the Packers, 31 points to the Steelers, but we won that game. 39 points to the Jets and 47 points to the Bears. 48 points to the Vikings, 27 points to the Jags. Yeah, and I don't know how he keeps his job. I think any rational, logical organization would fire their defensive coordinator because it cannot get worse than this. It literally cannot get worse than this. So you really have nothing to lose. I mean, outside of the money that I'm not sure if the defensive coordinators' contracts are guaranteed.
I think all contracts are guaranteed
for coaches.
Yeah.
But you got to do that to show mainly to the players that like, hey, you're serious and winning's important. And obviously, I mean, it should mean something to the fans, but I don't think you necessarily do things just to please the fans because not everything you do for the fans makes sense either. So I mean, you got to do it for the right reasons. Missed 15 tackles. Was this for this game?
Yeah, this is the game.
Yeah, that Colston one was doo-doo.
Is that one missed tackle on that or 2 missed tackles? Because
it might have been 2 because there was 2 people on there, but you get them down and then they have to rush to make that field goal, and then he still might miss that. That field goal kicker was kind of shaky the whole game.
Yeah.
But yeah, to give up a touchdown is insane. Insane.
So they entered the game with 94 missed tackles. So they added another 15 missed tackles. So I guess their total now is 109 missed tackles for 778 extra yards. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how Al Golden keeps his job. I really don't.
I don't know. They just like him.
I mean, I appreciate the effort of them trying to clear house like they did last year, but they clearly picked the wrong people.
Yeah. I wonder if anybody else is talking about Al Golden.
For sure. They were already talking about Al Golden before this game. I think to me, that's like the first logical step.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you got some support here. Yeah.
I guess shout out to Joe Flacco. He had a career day.
Yeah.
He didn't affect the quarterback enough.
Oh, that was Justin Fields' game.
Yeah, I would say the pass rush looked looked better. Like they were definitely getting to Williams. But the run defense was just non-existent. I think you probably could have ran for 100 yards against that defense.
Whew. I don't know. I think I could survive one carry. I might have got 7. Maybe if I was lucky, I would get 7, but I doubt it.
Speaking of that, I hope Pierine's okay. Like he's been a breath of fresh air.
That looked pretty bad. That looked pretty bad.
Okay, how's that not a hip drop tackle? And why wasn't that not a penalty? Was that not like when he got tackled? Wasn't that not a hip drop tackle? Like I'm sure that guy's gonna get fined.
Really? I couldn't tell. I think it
was.
When I saw it, I didn't see it as a hip drop tackle, but I was more just like focused on him.
Yeah,
so I didn't really look at the defender.
Because it was weird because they had that sideline because they did the sideline angle during the kickoff, which I thought was weird.
Right.
Yeah, I was looking at it when it was happening. It was like,
yeah.
But then when they showed the replay from the other sideline, I was like, that's clearly a hip drop tackle. And I think even the announcer said something about that. And I'm like, why don't they ever actually call that penalty in the game? Like that was like the big change last year. I thought is that they were going to start enforcing that penalty.
They must have got paid good today or something.
But yeah,
Well, I mean, remember. Let's reminisce about the good old days when we used to lose because of bad calls. You know, those were the days, man.
Yeah, it just sucks. I was thinking about it too.
They suck.
The players on that team suck.
I know eventually they'll go to 18 games, but man, that just, well, I guess that really doesn't make that much of a difference because they'll take one of the preseason games away. So the length of the season would stay the same, but it's just like when your team's not doing that well and it's not looking like they're going to make the playoffs, it just makes the year that much longer for the season. It's like, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, you look at how many players are hurt in the league, how many good players. It's just it's too many games. I mean, I don't know if it affects viewership if people don't care that much about stars and stuff, but I mean,
well, it's I don't know. The NFL's getting pretty close to because there's too many penalties. There's too many, like, they cut away from the replays now to go to commercials, so there's like way too many commercials. It just makes the game sometimes like barely watchable. Like, don't get me wrong, this game was exciting because
this game was a good game to watch, though. So it
was exciting. Like, it was. It would have been probably one of the best games in Bengals history had they converted and actually maintained that 1-point lead and win the game. Like, this would have been an historic game from that standpoint. But the same problem is like they only had 54 seconds. And even then I was like, man, that's probably too much time because they can get into field goal range.
I feel like the Bengals can't win if they don't have the ball at the end of the game.
Yeah,
they need to have the ball.
I think you're right. I think they just gotta be more creative on defense, and I wish they would just take more chances because it's like you got to throw them off because clearly every offense that we pretty much face this year knows how to pick the defense apart, and they just get worn out to the point where there is no defense in the fourth quarter, and they can barely stop a nosebleed. So. Or really, they can't stop anything. Because it's just like you make that tackle, then they have like, what is it? Maybe like 25 seconds to run down there, maybe clock the ball, and try to kick a field goal. But even those conditions, like, I feel like they're less likely to convert that because it's a high stakes. The guy's already missed.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember how long of a field goal that would have been?
I think it would have been like because he caught it right at the line, so it would have been like his furthest, right? So
it wasn't like his career long.
And I think with the way the game was going or how it was going, he already missed 2 field goals. So to win it at the very end, no time left
out there and do all that.
I think that he had a 50% chance of missing.
Well, they probably would have clocked it, right?
Yeah, but still, it's at the end of the game.
Set up the offensive line and then clocked it. So they probably would have had enough time, right?
Yeah, but it's not. It's still a rush situation. It's not like you clock it, but you still have 35 seconds or whatever the play clock is to kick the ball. It's not like you can just like, you know what I mean? It's still a high pressure situation. They definitely would have had time.
It wasn't a first down, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know that those missed tackles cost them the game. It might have just been the terrible coverage that cost them the game.
Well, yeah, I mean, at that point, I mean, it was crazy because the first 3 downs, it looked like they were getting a pretty good amount of pressure. They almost got a sack. I mean, had they got that sack, that probably would have sealed the game.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure looked a little bit better, so I can appreciate that to where it was like non-existent against the Jets game. But I mean, the offense looks phenomenal. It's like that's the only reason why we're in the games is the offense can just put up points at will. And
the offense needs to figure out how to control the clock a little bit better. Yeah, because like the Zach Taylor thing the whole time, right? That they don't really possess the ball; they just score. And with this defense, they need to like do a little bit more ball control.
Yeah, because our offense is probably our best defense, right? Just hold on to the ball a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean that's it.
Yeah, another crappy loss. Hopefully, I don't know if there's any team that can make a run. It's the Bengals. They definitely have the schedule to do it. The AFC North.
I mean, you say that, but we lost to like 2 bad teams in a row.
I don't think the Bears are that bad.
The Bears are bad. I mean, having watched them play, they're bad.
Yeah, but I think they have the same amount of wins as like the other 2 teams in their division. They have the same amount of wins as the Lions and the Vikings.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that like the Bears that was a winnable game, and the Jets are terrible. They should have won that game, and they lost to the Jets without.
Yeah, no excuses on the Jets.
The best
Jets
players.
is like,
I mean, they will not play a worse team than that version of the Jets that they lost to.
yeah, and thinking more about it, it's definitely got to be the coaching because like all the players that want to leave on defense, like they cut Pinnell, who instantly signed with the Chiefs, and then our boy McKinley Jackson wants out because for whatever reason they won't play him, which I don't understand. Like I think the problem is they want him to be like whatever Reader was to be able to take on the double teams, but that's not his game. His game, like he might be the actual best interior pass rusher. So like, why aren't you at least put him on downs where he can rush?
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Or down, like
he gets dominated a lot, but
yeah, it's more towards the run game.
Every once in a while, he'll shoot the gap and make a play. So it's sort of like, do you do that, or do you play the guys that get dominated a lot, but like actually don't ever do anything?
Well, I'm just saying, like, at least put him in like those second or third long situations where they're most likely going to pass.
But we are unique in the fact that we like McKinley Jackson. I think most of the other or the more mainstream Bengals podcast type people like trash McKinley Jackson. But we are a pro McKinley Jackson podcast, if nothing else. And yeah, I agree. I would like to see him play more, but like I don't know.
I don't know. It kills me when people like just think they know more than NFL teams. It's like, come on, dude.
Well, that's us. We're saying he needs to play, and he's not playing. So that would be us saying we know more than NFL teams.
No, in terms of like finding talent, because it's like they always show like the players that they wish the Bengals would have picked, and the ones that have success are like, oh, see, but they never show the ones that they wanted that don't have success. And so it's like, come on, it's like it. But plus, it's again like with with the mock drafts that they have this year and all the information that's available. Huh?
We do mocks.
Which is fine, and we do it from a fan's perspective. We don't like pretend that we're NFL level scouts, and we have all the background information. Like there's a whole nother level that you don't get to see because we're only on the surface. We can only see their college games and whatever tape is available on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe some of those people can get access to more tape, but it's a very small sample size of what the NFL actually gets. But that's part of it. There's also like the personality and like traits and like there's things that you're not going to have access to that the NFL scouts have that can meet the person face to face and talk to their coaches and do background checks to see like, okay, well, how are they off the field? Like, they may be really talented and probably could make a difference in the NFL, but if you're worried about their off the field stuff, because again, if you're getting drafted high in the NFL, they investigate those players, they know what they do in their personal lives, I
know, but you're saying all that, but these are guys that other teams are drafting.
Like who?
Like the guard I wanted. The Lions.
The guard is not the problem. That's
awesome.
What's crazy to me is like we found value later in the round, but they don't get credit for that.
How did they find value? They found a guy that got hurt already.
He's playing fine. When he's not hurt, he plays fine.
I don't know. We'll have to look at the PFF numbers. I don't think that.
Okay, so what about this game? Did they do bad? The guards. If anyone did bad, it was the tackles.
That's fair.
And the one sack that Mims gave up, I don't think that was necessarily his fault. I just think it was they don't.
You don't think that was his fault?
No, because had he went for the guy that got the sack, the guy that blitzed would have got the sack. They didn't have enough blockers on the side. That might have been Flacco's fault for not.
Yeah,
having
they might have had like another second to process because the guy that went unblocked was closer than the guy that was blocked.
I don't think so. I think he would have been screwed either way. They both were basically at the line of scrimmage at the time that, the ball was hiked. So it would have been one of the two people. There just wasn't enough blockers.
That's fair.
And there was people rushing.
That's fair. But I think he made a mistake earlier in the game. Because I
might have, but again, it goes back to my point. It's like
I don't know. I know the last time we looked at Rivers, he was ranked as like the worst guard in the NFL.
If you go by PFF, but if you watch his film, he looks pretty good. It just depends on what you value. And PFF, like if you give up something, it just hurts your grade tremendously. Like I guess you had to be a 100% perfect player to have a decent grade for PFF. Because it's funny because that's at least what I noticed. Because I'll see the cut-ups that they post on Twitter. Like they'll show every single play for that particular player for that game, and you'll see the grade and you'll see the plays, and for me it doesn't match up. I'm like, but still, we got Rivers in the 5th round, and
5th or 6th.
That was the 5th because 6th round was the running back.
Okay, 5th round then.
But he looks like a quality guard. I mean,
he's not ranked good. Depends on it's still TBD.
He passes my eye test. Like if I look at the grade, yeah, it looks bad or not elite. But then when you watch the film, he's like he looks good. Like I don't understand their grading at all.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. I just go by it.
But again, with some of the other ratings, like I said, if you look at the last 3 or 4 games, the pass protection has actually been top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Which actually makes sense and correlates with the results because they're putting up 30+ points consistently since Flacco has started.
Yeah, it's just a pet peeve of mine. I mean, you could go back and argue, well, the franchise is hurt because of guard play. And had you picked the best guard available,
we get Ratledge, right? We keep Pratt, we keep Wilson, and then people are still going to be complaining that we didn't get the replacement.
I don't know that I would be complaining about the makeup of their salary cap and the way that they drafted people makes no sense. That's all I'm saying. Like, why would you like? It was just a mistake. It was a mistake to re-sign both Pratt and Wilson, and then like a year later spend draft picks to replace them and then like be done with them, but like have
I
all
guess
that money
that's
tied
the
up.
only leeway that you can kind of give Golden was that there was a lot of baggage he still had to deal with in terms of them holding on to players that, because I think that's part of the issue the Bengals have had, especially since Zach Taylor is holding on to players too long, and not going for people that are more explosive or hasn't lost a step. But I don't think the result would have been different had you started Wilson. I think if anything, they're trying to protect him and keep his trade value up by not playing him as much. Because if you keep playing him,
trade value. If he's not better than Demetrius Knight, he has 0 trade value.
I thought I saw something that the 49ers were looking at him, Hendrickson, and Cam Taylor-Britt. Like, if you can get anything for Wilson, wouldn't you take it, even if it was a 6th round pick?
No. I mean, now, yeah, I think the season's over. So, yeah, I mean, especially, let's see if I can answer this question the right way. No, I would not trade him if I were in charge, because if I were in charge, he'd be playing, right? But if you assume that I'm answering the question from he's not going to play, he's fighting with the coaches, he's been benched, then yeah, you got to trade him for whatever, right? Because you've made it a toxic situation because you've taken him and pretty much embarrassed him on purpose. I just like the games that they're playing with him. Like it doesn't make sense. It just
I saw that Tavondre Sweat. He's on the trading block for some reason.
what for the Bears?
No, wait,
Oh, there's another
no,
Sweat.
no, the big defensive tackle for the Titans.
Oh well, yeah, the Titans, but like I don't think the Bengals are going to be trading for players. I don't know what the answer is, but I don't think that. Well, actually, no. I think I know what the answer is. Burrow's hurt. Do I think it's wise to rush him back onto the field this year to try to make a run in the playoffs? No, like I don't think so. Because if they make it, then Joe Flacco is going to be playing his ass off. So why rush him back, right? And then I don't think that's going to happen. So yeah, I mean, and the defense sucks. So to me, there's nobody on the defense that you should keep. If anybody's going to give you draft picks for them, you need to get rid of them. And you just need to start from scratch on the defense. Because I don't think Trey Hendrickson's going to come back. So he's going to leave. So he's unique in this case, in the sense that because he'll leave as a free agent and he'll probably sign for enough money that you'll get a third round compensatory pick. Like you need at least a third round pick for him. But everybody else, yeah, you just got to trade. You know, I just don't see who you keep. I mean, maybe some of the corners. Maybe you keep DJ Turner.
Oh, they're for sure going to keep DJ Turner. He's their best corner.
Aside from DJ Turner, I don't see anybody on the defense that you have to keep. Everybody should be on the block from my perspective.
Yeah.
Because the only valuable piece on that team that I would build around is DJ Turner.
Yeah, I think, they're probably going to have a pretty significant turnover in terms of starters going into next year on defense, because I don't see how BJ Hill makes it another year with the Bengals.
Yeah, but BJ Hill seems to be playing good, but like, why would he? I just, that's the thing. Like, I don't see these guys coming back. Like, if
he's
have
under
it out,
contract for 3 years. I just think
he's under contract for 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can kind of save money there and probably get an upgrade. Or
yeah, I don't know how that works when you trade guys. Do they still count against your cap?
Well, yeah, whatever guaranteed money that they sign, usually like the signing bonus, which I think that's his deal. Yeah, because I think he makes what 10 million a year or something like that.
Yeah, but I don't think everybody on the defense is tradable, like from the standpoint of other teams want them. But to me, like if any team was calling and saying, "Hey, I want one of these players," I would listen, and if I could get picks for it, then I would do it.
Yep. Well, I guess next week is a bye, so
nice.
I guess we get a little relief.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess is there anything you want to add to this game?
No. Flush it down, man.
But no, shout out to the offense. Shout out to T. Higgins. Had a hell of a game. Played his ass off. Flacco did awesome. Had a career day in terms of yards. Second pick shouldn't really count as a pick. I mean, that was crappy situation. First pick wasn't that great. I think that was a great read by the linebacker. Like he was kind of sitting on that pass. But I mean, outside of that, like he's been phenomenal since he's been with the Bengals. So, I mean, if there's any silver lining, the offense looks super elite. It looks like they could put up 30 points every week. It's just, unfortunately, the defense is going to give up 40 points every week. So,
bet the over.
Huh?
I said bet the over.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, I guess we'll call it. All right. Peace.